Hey, good morning, everybody. Wonderful to be with you. Very excited for today's show. This one won't be immediately deleted after it goes live. Had issues yesterday. Just couldn't let some of the info slip. It's not what you think either. It was a data breach. But anyway, so great to be with all of you today. I'm Frank from PulseWave Trading. We've got a new theme song to the show. It's a little more chill than the old one. So to start today, in fact, to celebrate our new theme song, I actually was going to start with this anyway, and I'm like, there's no sound to this video. I found this beautiful little video I wanted to share with you. It's less than a minute long, or it's about a minute long. And this is 12 years of work on Bitcoin. It says Bitcoin GitHub activity. So I'm going to let you enjoy this while the new theme song plays. You see the beauty. You get it. You feel the love. Welcome, everybody. Here's what we're doing today on PulseWave Crypto. On today's episode, we're going to look, if you can hang in a little while, we're going to look at how mind control works in the media. This is my take as somebody who's been, as somebody who has a lot of life experiences. So I think this is a great example. We'll look at that in a little while. Also, we'll share crimes against humanity. If you haven't seen this Eric Clapton video going around, we're going to check it out. And of course, right to crypto's rally crash alert. You know, the temporary title of this show, every day we change it usually right after, is Frank looks at Twitter and rally crash alerts and then some other tags, right? So so I reserve the right to talk about whatever nonsense I find. So very exciting to do that. But we'll look at some rally crash alerts, and we might even talk about some recent jab news, some jibber jabber about that I think people need to put their eyes on, and we need to have a reckoning with what's going on here, because all of these things that are getting debunked is the media's new terminology for having a doctor on who says, oh, that's not true. Look what's at the bottom of my screen here. My God. That's some guy who doesn't like Bitcoin. If someone's not looking, there's a GIF of a pooping rhinoceros or something at the bottom of the Bitcoin video. But if you want show notes and retweets of pooping rhinoceroses and whatnot, follow me on Twitter at Frank Dalala. That's how we're going to be doing our show notes every day. I'm going to be covering a lot of links and whatnot. So follow me on the old Twitter, post it in comments wherever you're watching. And we would appreciate it if you're not watching on PulseWave Crypto, our new channel, Dex and I, it's our little baby. This is our crypto-focused channel. Right now, we're streaming on both of our channels, especially until we get over 100, maybe over 1,000. We'll see. I don't want to be too greedy, but we're simulcasting until we have a real audience over there. But thank you to all of you who subscribed. We've got 95 subscribers. Far as we know, we haven't caught anyone's attention, and we're not getting throttled yet. But how could we know? It's a small channel. We'll see. So we would love to have you over there. Starting off, let's look at Bitcoin. We'll come back to it, look at the rally crash alerts for today. In fact, I totally forgot to bring that tab up on my other screen, and so I'm doing it right now. But looking at Bitcoin today, let me bring it up on the screen, see what's going on. This is the daily chart. This is Bitcoin USD on Binance. And let me just get the scale better. There we go. So it's come up since our show yesterday. We saw, actually, I think it was about 40. So it's continuing in that range. I don't know how exciting 40 is for us. I would like to see higher. Obviously, we want to break through this Kumo cloud. That's what we're really looking for. So, yeah, it's gaining some steam back. It's funny because, we see this when it comes to trading. Yes, you could absolutely make money on sideways trading. But if you're just getting started, you're learning how to use the price triggers and things like that, you really want to wait for a good entry, unless your goal is just to accumulate and you're a hodler. That's a different strategy. But in terms of trades, we'll see what we got on the price triggers today, see if we have any trends forming. So let's get into Twitter and some crypto news. Top stories, man, according to Frank. I love all the volcano stuff. It's just awesome. There was a story last week. I really need to dig it up, but I think it was that awesome Earthwatch Man guy on YouTube. But some of you have seen this really cool picture of there's a comet a meteorite going right into the mouth of a volcano, and this is going around, and there's people saying no, it's fake. Not only is it not fake, it's even better than that. I watched a video, a guy explained. I don't remember the YouTuber. I wasn't thinking about it, but that happened twice that week in the same range of mountains and volcanoes, same volcano range, whatever you call it, volcano range. So not only is that picture real, it happened twice that week, not in the same volcano, but in the same region, the same area, like really close. It was something like within 12 miles, and just interesting. But it's better to have Bitcoin and not need it than a Bitcoin needed it, but Bitcoin and not have it. Charlie Strem, this is a great tweet today about Bitcoin. 2010, no one uses it. 2012, only computer nerds and drug dealers use it. That's 2013, only drug dealers use it. 2014, only money launderers use it. 2017, only gamblers use it. 2019, only small percentage of the population uses it. 2020, only small companies use it. 2021, I love this, only small countries use it. So there's a kind of poetry to that. I had to share it with you. Speaking of small countries, Tanzanian president urges central bank to prepare for crypto. Tanzania appears to be the latest. I could do this Zoom thing. Let me see how it looks on this little screen. Tanzania appears to be the latest emerging economy poised to embrace BTC and crypto assets. On Monday, Tanzania President Samia Suluhu Hassan urged the country's central bank to begin exploring crypto assets. Hassan emphasized the increasing impact of digital assets on global finance, stating, "We have witnessed the emergence of a new journey through the internet." So she highlighted the lack of crypto adoption and development in East African region, stating throughout the region, including Tanzania, they have not accepted or started using these routes. So very exciting news. To go with that, within 5 years, U.S. hedge funds expect to hold 10.6%. That's my birthday, 10-6, of assets in crypto. A new survey of 100 chief financial officers at hedge funds worldwide have indicated, I like this new thing I'm doing, officers at hedge funds worldwide has indicated that the sector is planning a significant increase in its exposure to crypto assets in the near term. If you're watching crypto news, crypto Twitter, crypto YouTube at all, you have to know that this is the story every day. Big money is getting into Bitcoin. And the funny thing is, the news seems to come out. Oh, hi. Welcome, Mr. Bolins. I'll read this other thing. High-profile hedge managers such as Paul Tudor Jones have been vocal advocates of Bitcoin and concerns about inflationary tendencies in the economy. Skybridge Capital CEO Anthony Scaramucci takes a similar view of Bitcoin's potential as a store of value, considering it superior to gold. And whether you think it's superior to gold or not, it's easier to get than gold in many cases. So, well, I guess easier for me, not easier for everybody, right? Bitcoin can still be a little bit difficult to get. Actually, I want to put this a little bit later in the episode. So let's get on to some more sinister things. I mentioned the Eric Clapton video earlier. Did I? No, I didn't. Did I? I can't remember, but if you haven't seen this, oh, I know what it was. I'm like, I know I was just talking about it. I wasn't. I just retweeted it a minute ago. But if you haven't seen this, the world needs to see it. This is Eric Clapton. It's kind of shocking. There's something, it creates a little bit of disequilibrium to watch Eric Clapton talk about these things that, hey, Reese, I'm not sure what I was talking about. I was talking about, maybe I was referring to this one. So I couldn't remember. I thought, did I talk about that a minute ago? But I think right before I went on, I was retweeting it. So, but this is a video of Eric Clapton sitting for like 20 minutes and talking about his experience with a certain medical procedure and what it's done to him, the incredible pain it's caused him, the problems with his hands. I've seen clips. I've seen clips of the video, different portions of it, and you could see it's heartbreaking. He's talking about what's happening in his country and the oppression, and he's talking about what happened to him physically. And I don't understand how a person can look at Eric Clapton and think this is a guy, you know, it's one of those people that you sort of know, right? In fact, one of my cousins is a great story. Maybe I can get him on one day. My cousin's actually he's kind of he's a big deal himself. Very proud of him. He's a great guy. But he has this story of hanging out with Clapton on a beach, like for a while. Like their kids are playing, and he finally says to him, "Hey man, are you Eric Clapton?" He says, "Yeah," you know. So very cool story. I don't. Maybe it's apocryphal. Maybe it's just one of those family stories. But I gotta ask him about it. Maybe he'll come tell us about it. But very cool story. But yeah, Slowhand himself has been damaged by the medical procedure. So this was something I mentioned this yesterday. But as I said, yesterday's video went bye-bye for various security reasons, because I posted private things by accident, not financial things. So don't go trying to find it and get my keys. It wasn't that. I just posted. I brought things up on the screen by accident. Couldn't get rid of them, and it was just private. That's all, like poetry kind of private, not like my butt private. But this is an interesting interview. Dr. Robert Malone is the inventor of mRNA vaccine technology. So I have yet to hear anybody, you know, Brett Weinstein's a pretty well-known guy. I haven't seen anybody claim. Yeah, great comment from Reese. Clapton and other music icons should be saying more. Most have been completely silent with COVID, the destruction of children via vaccines, unending wars, etc. Yeah, it's true. They all seem to go along with an awful lot, don't they? It was nice when we had rock stars, man. We need new rock stars, man. So I don't know. Maybe some of us wacky Gen Xers should come back, just bring grunge back. I don't know, an enlightened form of grunge. But this interview is incredibly fascinating. This guy, I know for some of you I covered this yesterday, but it's just near and dear to my heart. This guy over here, this clip is great because, as I said yesterday, the clip I was showing was 3 hours long, and I will tweet this after, but I'm going to put the link in comments. Again, follow me. This is my new ploy to get people to follow me on Twitter, because I'm lonely and need attention. I'm gonna tweet all of these out after the show if I haven't already. So the cool thing about this is it's a 15-minute segment, and as I said, this guy over here is overdue for hospitalization for his current nervous breakdown, and I say that with all love and respect. He's done an incredible amount of work gathering information about what is happening when people actually take this thing. Because it becomes clear as you watch this video, unless these guys have got me deceived, that what's actually happening when people take this is far more serious than is being reported, and is far scarier than is being reported. And both of these men have had it. That's my understanding. They opened the video saying they both had the Moderna, I'm pretty sure. So, and I believe that's the one with the, maybe I'm wrong about which one they have, but both of them have claimed to have had a vaccinating procedure. But what this guy basically does is he shows the data that he's collecting, and it's the kind of thing where you read it and you say, well, this can't be true. It just can't. You know, he says 80% increase in the first 20 months of people losing their pregnancies. So if I structure my sentences weird sometimes, it's because I'm trying to guess what words might be censored. I'm not very good at that. You watch a guy like Cliff High dodge the censors with his lingo, and it's just, you know, he says all these weird sentences, and you go, oh, I know what he's doing. But it's pretty stunning, because what they're saying is they were trying to alert people for months, and they're just not getting anywhere with it. And so this guy, the guy who's having a nervous breakdown, and we should all thank him for it, because I think it's a result of just collecting this massive amount of unbelievably horrible information, and the fact that no one will let it out into the wild. It's being dramatically suppressed and denied. But it starts with him giving anecdotal evidence of, hey, I had 2 people come to my house. They both had this incredible reaction to the procedure. That's like both of them getting hit by lightning, and they lived in the same house. It's not feasible. It's not statistically possible. And then I shared, many people I talk to have their own anecdotal story of, well, I had a friend and then this happened to them, or I had a friend and then this happened. And you're also starting to see, and hey, this very well could be my bias, but I'm just hearing about strange, unexplainable people who shouldn't be passing. I'm getting a lot of, yeah, so weird. So-and-so passed. Weren't expecting it. They're in their 50s. Just hearing a lot of that kind of stuff, as well as a lot of weird stuff. So I don't know what that means, but these guys seem to know what they're talking about. And I like to follow the science, not the crazy bearded men on Facebook and Twitter and whatnot. meaning me. So check that out. Yep, you're starting to see that kind of thing. And, you know, it's one of the difficulties with this, you know, even me being a guy who's pretty into woo, I like alternative news. I said this yesterday. I like to think of myself as a moderate conspiracy theorist, the kind of person who didn't engage in unreputable conspiracy theories, right? Whatever that is. We all have that kind of threshold of like, at what point are we feeling crazy about our own thoughts? Well, this situation and the kind of thing these guys are showing, because if you could see, I get the feeling these are pretty mainstream people, or they were at some point in their life, right? You could see what it's doing to them. And even at this point in my life, with all the weird stuff that's happening, I'm starting to feel the same way. Like I need to broaden my horizon on what is possible in the world in terms of horrible, crazy, kooky things that people are trying to do to us. So commend that video to you. Let me know if they're crazy, because I would love to know what's going on. One more before our UFO. Back to, I got my tabs out of order. I'd like to bunch it all together, you know, crazy woo news, we're all going to die news, UFO news. I like to have themes, but this is Theta news. This is very exciting. So this is a, oh my goodness, sharing a competitor's channel, not a competitor, part of the wonderful community of YouTube crypto people. But this guy's got a great channel. I've mentioned it before, Alien-like, and he's a Theta enthusiast for sure. Theta, the wonderful, pulling it up on my favorite token to shill, not financial advice. Do your own research. 15 days until mainnet launches. But something happened last night. One of their, here we go. This is their live network stats. So I think this will populate as I hold it up here, or it's supposed to. Do I have to click on anything? I don't know. It usually lights up and looks real pretty, but but not for you guys. So this shows their edge nodes, their guardian nodes, and their enterprise validator nodes. And just a few weeks ago, the number was at 14. It went up to 15, and now last night it went to 16. And those are the big dogs holding at least 2 million Theta, and of course it's central to their technology. One of the things I've heard this said early on when people were talking about Theta, I was like, yeah, all right. I thought it was just like the next BitChute, right? That it was just because theta.tv is a streaming network. Thought it was just another sort of crypto competitor, and I dismissed it. That was a long time ago. Wish I hadn't done that. I'd be extremely wealthy man had I not ignored that one and bought a handful of them. But since then, I've seen the light. And what Theta's trying to do is way beyond theta.tv. It's not just a YouTube competitor. In fact, it's the kind of thing where you're hoping someday you hear that YouTube is going to use Theta to fix their bandwidth problem that everybody around the world has. So Theta is a technology company that has to do with that is providing technology to share bandwidth and just make the internet more usable. So they've got a new validator node. Most of the validator nodes, I believe, have 10 million Theta stored, which is a chunk of change. Theta's somewhere $9 range today, maybe $8. I don't remember, or I haven't looked in the last few hours. They reduced that to 2 million, and so the new one does in fact have 2 million in its wallet. And they're located in Shanghai. So you can actually see when this thing works. I'm not sure why it's not. Let me see if I can get it to load. Maybe just because I got too much stuff going on. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it did. I thought it was one of these cool dynamic-y things, but it's not doing it for us right now. But it went live, and it shows the location that it's in Shanghai. So Alien-like, been doing excellent videos covering possible Theta partnerships. And he shows that it's a really good guess. It's just a guess that it's the company SAP, I want to say. Well, I'll let you watch. Yeah, SAP. So watch his video. I don't want to spoil the whole thing, but he makes a great case that SAP, which is a really big software company, very big software company, one of the biggest, if I understand from one of his previous videos. So check that out. Great things going on with Theta. Now, inspired to talk a little bit about this. So was watching a clip. If you guys may notice, I'm insecure about improvised reading of scary words. It's something that has always freaked me out. So let's see. That's Schmachtenberger. That's a fun name. So Lex Friedman, if you don't know who he is, he's a podcaster, YouTuber, interviews people. has just a generally nice disposition. What a friendly young man. Although he's one of those guys, he could be 80 and you wouldn't know, I suspect. But Tic Tac UFO incident. And just if you want to check this out, I'll retweet this one. I'll put the link in the description. I should definitely not be putting other videos in the description. Anyway, I don't even know if yeah, I did. So they get into the discussion of the UFO Tic Tac thing. And I think people aren't realizing how big a deal this is going to be, because it's kind of weird. We're getting these reports where the Pentagon is agreeing that these things are real, that it's really happening. And as they get into the discussion in this video, something comes up that about UFO disclosure that I think people aren't really ready for. Yeah, to the moon, man. Thanks for the comment. Yeah, please like and subscribe. By the way, really appreciate it. Link in the description if you want to subscribe to our new crypto channel. And we're just getting that ramped up. I'm doing maybe 3 or 4 shows a week, but as Dex and I are putting some new things together, it's going to get much more cool stuff on there. So great sentence, much more cool stuff. But disclosure's coming. I think it's June 25th. I think that's my 23rd wedding anniversary. I can't remember, but it's June 25th is, I believe, the Pentagon report on UFOs to, I don't know what it is, some I think it's joint session of Congress. I don't know. It's somebody, but it's closed door. And I believe they're going to talk about Roswell. I've seen all different kinds of things, but here's the thing that has already happened. Branches of the military, components of the US government are telling us that these things are there. They're extremely unlikely that it's human technology. In fact, even this video, this guy who's a very bright guy, he's some kind of scientist or whatever, everybody agrees that this is not something humans know how to do. There are those out there who say humans have been back engineering things that we found, some things that have been here for a long time. I think that's actually very likely. In fact, whether you're a big fan of Dr. Stephen Greer, I'd recommend checking out his disclosure video. Undisclosed, I think is the name of it. You can get that on Amazon, iTunes, anything. But you'll at least see interviews with people that I find very credible about things that they've seen and things that they know, and they go down very deep rabbit holes in that movie. But here's the thing that I wanted to bring out. It's very simple, and it's to realize that it is about to be common knowledge that for the last 50 years or so, more than 50 years, since the 1940s, there has been a fairly active campaign to make anybody who has a UFO sighting or story about interaction with aliens, to make that person out to be foolish. Even now, even as they're covering it being true, Fox News is still running the stupid, cheap UFO flying through New York with X-Files woo music behind it. Now, here's the thing. That's cute. It's fine. And they're even talking about how it's real. But how did our culture come to agreement that whenever you're going to have a news story about UFOs, you're going to laugh at it and accompany it with slide whistle music, right? You're going to do that sort of sound. Why do we do that? Because it's supposed to invoke cheesy 1950s imagery of UFOs. You're supposed to remember immediately that anybody who's seen these things might be a little off. Jokes right away from the co-anchors about being drunk and on drugs and hallucinogens and, what were you smoking that night? That kind of stuff pops right out as soon as they do it. Now, that's a trope in our culture. Why is that? Because of the disinformation campaign that our government has been running for 50 years. Now, in the past, when someone said things like that, you would go, oh, Frank's a conspiracy theorist. Except that's a fact now. That's a fact. You say, oh, no. These are just the new Tic Tac things. No, they're going to show us that we've known about these things for a very long time. And more information is going to come out about how this has always been a part of our history and so on. But what we know now is, let's talk about what we know so that you don't have to believe my thoughts and where my mind goes. What we know is the military is confirming that these things are real, unexplainable, and probably not human origin. So at the very least, there's an intelligence out there that is able to produce things that are way beyond us. And I got to say, I love this Lex Friedman guy, but in the video, he says, oh, this is probably like, these are like drones from other places. This is like the least of their technology. I don't think one of the reasons these things look so bad, my hunch and my research, is they're extremely simple crafts in terms of their appearance and construction, seamless, almost ethereal, right? So that tells us we're dealing with technology that's so beyond our understanding. So, but what has that done to our culture? Because here's the thing: once you bring this idea into the culture that if you believe in this thing, you're stupid, all of the smart people who think they're too smart to be fooled, let me tell you what they do. They go, okay, the indication is this is stupid to believe, and people I consider smart and intelligent are telling me it's stupid to believe. I better not be caught on the other end of that, because the world of people who communicate for a living in education, in media like this, in big profile media like mainstream media, it is extremely important to all of those people at all times that they are considered reputable members of the community. Now, some of them are bold enough to be reputable members of the alternative community, the conservative community, or the libertarian community, or whatever. But they all want to be part of the smart community of people who are considered rigorously intellectual and not easily duped. And so we have a whole culture of people who have been boldly, this includes academic leaders, media leaders, religious and theological leaders. I used to be one. Some of you don't know my background. I say not financial advice. I don't know anything about finance. I know plenty about theology and how the human soul works. So theologically, if you don't think the admission of aliens from outer space is going to blow the mind of many evangelical thought leaders in our culture, you are so wrong. Now, when I was part of that world, I was always the slightly hippie guy who, for a long time believed in aliens, frankly, right? So my mind is always a little bit bigger, but there are so many of the respectable type who wear their suit and tie every Sunday who would never believe in something as disreputable as alien sightings. There are plenty who are more open to things like that, but they'll say it's the devil or whatever. So maybe they're right. I doubt that, but maybe they're right. So this is going to call into question the credibility of educational. Think of all of the smart scientists. In fact, think of the popular, wow, people are still watching this. Think of the popular physicists and scientists that we see interviewed on Joe Rogan, on the evening news, Neil deGrasse Tyson, for example. Think of people like, just recently, I said, I can't trust Elon Musk because he doesn't believe in aliens. And he makes this whole joke on Rogan. And I'm serious about this. He makes a big joke on Rogan. Oh, they're very subtle, are they? They're awfully subtle. This is a guy, I find it hard to believe that he could believe that, first of all. But it at least shows that he either believes that or is willing to tell you that. So either way, I find it very hard to trust him. Manipulate Bitcoin all day, and I'll try to find a good excuse for you. But tell me you don't believe in aliens. There's something sinister behind that if you're as advanced as he is. And we now know that the Pentagon disagrees with him in terms of this phenomena. So all the smart people in our culture are about to look, they're not going to look dumb. They're going to look, and it's going to be shown that they lack discernment. So it's not that they're not smart. It's not that they're not educated. It's that all of the mainstream thought leaders, and even many, if not most, of the sort of like, even the Tucker Carlsons of the world, he said recently, right? And that's what I mean. Like, okay, Tucker's not, he's not, who's that cat on CNN? He's not the CIA guy on CNN, right? You feel like you get this guy gets me, I get this guy, right? At least that's how I feel. Well, he recently said, I thought this was all fake. And that makes me go, this is my hesitation with a person like you. You lack discernment. You lack curiosity. I'll tell you my own story. My wife and I took a vacation years ago. I was on sabbatical. At the time, I was an adjunct professor, and I was a full-time minister at the time. And we read together. In fact, I think I made her. I say read. It's audible. I prefer to listen to books. My wife reads, she literally read 5 books this weekend. I said, I never read fiction for pleasure. I'll listen to fiction for pleasure, but never do that. So this was years ago, probably more than a decade ago. We read a documentary on Roswell. And for me, it was the equivalent of listening to sci-fi. I've always been very fascinated by these things. I saw a UFO when I was a kid. My mom was out for the night, and my dad, her instructions were, make sure Frankie takes a shower. Filthy little chubby kid, right? So make sure Frankie takes a shower. I just stopped my cam for a sec. So, I got Dex's avatar. Now you're all confused. Imagine I just started doing a perfect Dex voice and I was him all along. How would you even know? So my mom went out for the night and said to my dad, make sure Frankie takes a shower before he goes to bed. So I didn't understand this at the time. I just thought my dad's worse than Hitler because he made me go upstairs by myself and take a shower while there was a UFO outside and the whole neighborhood was looking at it going, holy shit. He's like, go upstairs, take a shower. I'm like, but they're literally here, Dad. They're outside. Because I was like everybody else watching Unsolved Mysteries waiting to get abducted every night. That's my childhood. So I'm biased toward believing in aliens, right? So my wife and I listened to this very fascinating book on Roswell. And at the end of it, we're talking and I'm going, as we're listening to it, we're having these discussions that this is really credible, very credible. This is hundreds of eyewitnesses credible. And already being a person of faith, I'm willing to embrace a broader world, right, than what I can see with my own 2 eyes. So it's not surprising to me at that point in my life at all that there's more to the world. So we start to talk about it, and I just come to the tentative conclusion that it sure seems like this stuff is real and is happening. I've had my own sightings. My siblings have had sightings. I live in the Hudson Valley in New York. There's famous periods of sightings here. People have seen all kinds of stuff. My sister saw an enormous UFO driving down something Memorial Drive. Can't remember what it's called. Anyway, Vietnam Memorial Drive, one of those roads here in Rockland County, New York. Saw an enormous, like hundreds of yards wide over her car. So, and everybody has these stories and things that they've seen. So here's the thing that has been belittled and criticized in our culture for decades by the smart people. So this little bit of news is going to cause people a lot of trouble. In fact, I've been thinking for a while, I've kind of had it in my heart. I really don't know where to start. I'm not saying I'm going to do this, but I keep thinking I need to do something for my old friends who are going to really have their understanding of the world rattled if the government starts saying aliens are real. It's going to really cause them trouble. So yeah, I don't think that's been taken into account how serious that is, because for people who believe in this stuff, it's not shaking your worldview. You're just going, oh, finally disclosure. Yeah. You have to understand a person's identity is built inside of their worldview. And when something shakes components of their worldview, it creates, for many people, especially right now, we have a mental health crisis on our planet. There is a mental health crisis on the planet. I'm trying to communicate why I think this is such an important thing to get ready for and to even be gracious about. Many people watching this, not that many people are watching this, but the kind of people who would watch this, we're going to be in a position to be real jerks over the next few years about a lot of things, about the economy, about cryptos, about our, we're being proven right about a million things. And I used to get really upset and say, oh my goodness, all of this breaking news is things I've known for anywhere from 3 to 18 months. That's what breaking news is. Something that was considered a shunned, a conspiracy theory. Many of you, like me, just have known these things for a really, really long time, right? I'm not just talking about UFOs. I'm talking about what's going on in our culture. So it's going to be, there's a word I'm searching for. It's going to create disequilibrium. That's not the word, but maybe it is. It's going to create tremendous disequilibrium. So if someone has trusted in academia their whole life, someone like Neil deGrasse Tyson, what if someday he encounters an alien that can read his mind and shows him what the creation of the world looked like? What if there are beings like that in the world? What if, right? That's you see it in a movie. You see disclosure in a movie and you go, wow, there's either an immediate alien war most of the time. That's what they want in our heads when we think of aliens. So that's another thing. So I don't understand any of these. Anyway, so I'm trying to understand when I don't get a reference in the comments, it really messes with my brain. So I'm getting so confused. I don't know. Van Morrison is calling out. I don't get it. I don't listen to. I've never been a huge Van Morrison fan. I like him, but I don't know his like catalog, if that's a Van Morrison reference. So anyway, yeah, I just think I think many of us are going to be in a position, and I would be so bold as to encourage you to be compassionate as your friends find out bad things about the world, find out interesting things about the world, find out magical things about the world, like this UFO disclosure. We've covered a few things that are disruptive. This spike protein story, the Eric Clapton story, Theta. That's disruptive in a different way, hopefully disruptive to my life in a good way. But there's so much disruption going on at a time when our culture is already psychologically wrecked and emotionally wrecked. So if you've been right all along and you want to see the world be a more beautiful place filled with truth, let's be gentle and generous with our friends as the scales fall from their eyes. Revenge is so easy. Revenge is such an animalistic thing. Being angry, being gloating, yelling, screaming. That's what they drive you to. That's where they want your life. That's where they want your heart to be. That's where they want your mind to be. All right. Let's do some rally crash alerts for any of you who showed up here for stuff, for financial crypto stuff. Of course, we give no financial advice. I'm going to do something cool. If you guys are still there, you're really patient, or you just left the YouTube running when you weren't looking. I'm going to do something. If you could bear with me, I'm going to unshare my screen and just get something ready for you over here. See if I could do this. If not, I'll just have to talk through it. But we're looking at rally crash alerts, and I want to show you what they look like. Yes, I can do it. All right, cool. All right, one more minute. I want to show you the actual report. I'm just going to blur some stuff out, and then I'll zoom in on it. We'll have some fun with it. So I always talk about these rally crash alerts, and it's got to be so hard to get it in your head. It's not a very visual thing. So, in fact, I got to blur all these numbers out. All right, here we go. Almost, here we go. Ah, it really worked just the way I wanted it to. All right, back to screen sharing, and we're almost there. Wow, I didn't lose anybody. Oh, yeah, that's a great point. Thanks. I want to clarify. I don't think they're going to tell us the truth either. I think there are UFOs. I don't think they're going to tell us the truth about them. I think they're going to do the same thing with this that they do with everything, and try to use it to further their purposes in the world, which are rarely good for us. So yes, thanks for clarifying that. I just am looking at this from the point of view of the kind of disruption that it's going to bring to a person's emotional, psychological worldview. So you have your identity as a human being, right? That's who you are. That's who you think of yourself. If you've ever in your life gone through, and people always say, "Oh, it's an identity crisis." We say that as almost a joke. And an identity crisis is a brutal experience for a human being. We say that jokingly. Oh, I don't know what's going on. I don't know who I am anymore, right? Like when that really happens to people, especially people who have a weak psychological constitution, it's extremely disruptive. And think about how insane our current culture is. Oh, thanks. Yeah, okay, cool. Van the Man, no more lockdown. Right. Okay, thanks. Yeah, was he oh, I know what this is about. Raymond, this is about, I believe Eric Clapton recorded Van Morris's song about lockdown. Is that what it was about? It slipped my memory. I just ordered some chaga coffee, some chaga. It's more of a tea, like a chai tea. So I'm looking, maybe that'll restore my memory about all these things. So thank you, Dave. I no longer preach. You're going to bring back painful memories. No, I do. It's just not, I love some of his songs. I've never gone into the catalog. you know? So, but I am a fan for sure. All right, let's bring this up. So this is some of our rally crash alerts. This is Bitcoin. That's what I wanted to do. So, oh my God, I brought up the wrong one. Oh no, I didn't. Here's Bitcoin at the bottom. So we have a rally alert for Bitcoin. Very exciting. The market is hit. By the way, this little part here, this blopped out part, those are where you would have your buy trigger and stop loss. Over here is where you'd have your sell trigger and stop loss if you wanted to use this for trading. So all of that, you have to do your own research and know what you're doing. Look at the chart, but these are a great place to start for your trading every day. Primary rally alert, expect higher prices. So we'll see if that pans out. That would be wonderful. Of course, looking at the Bitcoin chart. That was very autopilot YouTubery of me. Looking at the Bitcoin chart. I'm always suspicious of a YouTuber who's too newscaster like or too radio like. That weird cadence. It's very unconscious. I think I used to do that a lot. So we got the SARs on the bottom. I like that. We like that. These indicators that you're seeing on my screen, by the way, this is what we give to our members when they join. This is a simple set of indicators, but it's what we like to have on the chart when we look at it. And it's very simple to read and look at. If you spend a little time watching Dex's show, he'll demonstrate it for you pretty easily. But we're under the Kumo cloud. That's the negative thing we're seeing about Bitcoin right now in terms of this is not our algo chart. This is just a normal chart with some indicators. We like to be above this red blotchy thing. So it would be great if we break above that. Let me see what the actual buy trigger is. It's not that far away. Exciting. We'll see. Here's my caution, though, is if it triggers, it's going to trigger into the Kumo cloud. So watch yourself if you do get in on that today. If that trade goes live. The way we work it is we'll use a stop order to say if it hits my price, my buy trigger, which is blurred out here, then I want to be in. And we do that with all kinds of future contracts and stuff like that. Not financial advice. Do your own research, etc. So that's Bitcoin. Let me pull up a couple more. It'll just take a second now that I know it's going to work. All right. Here's my main lady. That's not true. My main lady's upstairs. This is my main crypto. Come on, just need to blur it out. Why aren't you blurring it out, man? Are you kidding me? Or maybe I'll block it out. I don't know. For some reason, it's not working the way it did 5 seconds ago. Which is really frustrating. I'm going to have to just tell you guys. Sorry about that. What are you doing? Why do you hate me, computer thing? Now I'm just determined. Now I'm highlighting the cool parts. All right, forget it. I'll just read it out. Sorry, folks. I tried so hard. I wanted to show you Theta. But we have a primary rally alert on Theta. And we have, obviously, we have a buy trigger. If we have a rally alert, we have a buy trigger. For a few days now, we've been trading a lot of these things, didn't have rally alerts or buy triggers. So this is a nice change. And Theta's in the Kumo cloud on the daily. It would be great if it broke out. And that's not entirely what we're looking for in terms of buy triggers, but getting there. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's look at ADA. ADA also has a rally alert. What day is today? This is the ADA BTC. This is something I've been waiting to see this pop. Maybe we've got another couple weeks or maybe something sooner. We'll see. But here's the USD. It's also under the Kumo cloud of death. So it's going to have to break through that. But you see, look at these little weak pockets here in the Kumo cloud. Make sure you're seeing this. Oh, you guys can't see my beautiful, sexy face right now. I thought we had some members drop off. It's the ladies. Once you take the hairy face away, the ladies watching, it drops almost to nothing. So we try to keep it on the screen. Okay. Okay, I'm going to do it. Astral Weeks. That sounds exciting. Sounds exciting. So that's ADA. Let's see what else we got. Guys, let me know if you got anything you want me to look at. We have almost 20 cryptos. Maybe we're up to 20. I don't know. DOT, primary rally alert on there as well. DOT's great because you can trade it. Qcoin futures contract. Oh, that's such an opportunity. Look at that skinny little Kumo cloud. Come on, DOT. You have 2 days, 3 days. Break through that sucker. Very cool. We're shopping for crypto trading opportunities. Got a rally alert on BNB, which, true story, I will be in one next week. BNB not looking as cool on the chart. We'll see. We got a rally alert for it. All right, guys, you stay with me so long today. Thanks, folks. It's really great to be with you. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for interacting in the old comments. Put this one up as a reminder. As a reminder. So thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you soon. Head over to PulseWave Trading. You know where I'm getting all of this stuff that we're talking about? It's amazing. It's at pulsewavetrading.com. When you become a member, you get access to this dashboard, and this dashboard has all these reports on it. If you're a Partner 21 member, you get this nice little crypto report. In fact, I'll even show it. Oh my goodness, what we give away. You'll never be able to read those numbers. Not streaming at 720. Maybe you can. But it has something 7 or 8, maybe even more cryptos on that. It doesn't have the BTC USD. We try to make that clear. Sometimes people slip through without noticing that. But if you want to upgrade and get a ridiculous amount of reports, like I don't even know why Dex made all these reports. Like the guy has some kind of OCD for making reports. I'm kidding. He's generous. We get a new member, and the member will be like, "Oh, hi, Dex. Would you mind adding these 175 symbols to the equities report?" And Dex says, "Already done, man." You know, something like that. So very generous with what he adds to the report. U.S. equities report, futures report. The foreign exchange reports have literally thousands of things on them that you could trade. So check that out. PulseWave Trading. We try to. Oh, this one, I couldn't remember the name of this one. Let me look. Do we have a chart for that one? This is the one. Is this the one, Head Magister Wartune? Head Magister Wartune. Is this the one that has a possible... let me look on CoinMarketCap. Deal with Theta, because I couldn't remember it and I wanted to find it. And one of you nice people was shilling something to me. That's it. That's the one you're talking about anyway. All right. So UOS, we'll pull up the chart in just a second. Let's look at this coin for a sec, though, because I'm not familiar with it. I think I covered it before, but I can't remember. This is called Ultra. The price is 47 cents today. This is from just the info right under here. Ultra describes itself as a blockchain-based PC game distribution. Yeah, this is the is it a confirmed Head Magister Wartune? Is this a confirmed partnership with Theta, or is this a speculated partnership with Theta? I got to get up on my Theta partnerships, because whenever I watch videos about Theta partnerships, it includes endless speculation about where those partnerships may go. So I can never keep track of what they actually are partnered with. So it's a blockchain-based PC game distribution platform designed to provide both gamers and, sorry about that, game developers with new opportunities. It consists of an ecosystem where gamers can, on top of buying and playing games, resell their used games and items. That's awesome. And earn money through their participation in Ultra. That's really cool. Brings sort of a GameStop into the blockchain. Game developers will benefit from new revenue streams, SDKs, overlay technologies, and blockchain tools that power up their games via features like item distribution. The product is expected to launch. All right, this is an old description. EOS.io blockchain, which aims. Oh, so they're. Oh, it is? Okay, I was about to say, oh, it's EOS. But very cool, man. Very cool. So let's see what their market cap, 134 million. Max supply, 1 billion tokens. Total supply and max supply. Circulating is only 300. Seen all that over here, by the way. So yeah, I want to look at this. This is up 17% today. Yeah, let's pull it up on, see if we can pull it up on here. Get a nice chart. UOS. Oh, and it's on KuCoin? Oh my God. Look at this mother trucker. Why didn't you? You've known this the whole time? And you didn't tell us. Oh, this is the Bitcoin one. Oh, I wanted the USD one. Hold on. It's going up against Bitcoin. That's nice. Oh, I saw KuCoin and got excited. This is the USD chart. Oh, here you go. Here's the Tether one. Nice. It broke through the Kumo cloud on the daily. Where it closes will be very interesting. It just went bullish in terms of the indicators here. Look at this guy. I'm going to dedicate music and poetry to you if this pans out. This could be interesting. So it's a man. So in terms of thinking, this isn't the first time you did either, right? Didn't you tell me about this once before? And then I was like, what was that damn coin that guy told me about? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you told me before. This is great, and it's on KuCoin, which makes it easy for me to get. So I'm going to check this out, look at them. So in terms of, I always think this in terms of real valuation, like if cryptos become the market, what can we compare them to in terms of expected valuation? Because with Theta, it's one thing. You know, we have these pie in the sky dreams that it's going to become the backbone of the global internet and economy, and that it could just be enormous because we like to think nice thoughts, and there's some great technology there. With something like this, it's providing a GameStop, like a real world GameStop. Like you go to GameStop and you trade in your games. But also, if I'm reading this correctly, it provides it would be like if when I sold you my Pearl Jam mixtape that I made in 1994, I got money from the sell, but so did Pearl Jam again. Which you say, well, screw Pearl Jam. No, that's awesome for creators and musicians and things like that. So if these guys master that for games, then why couldn't this be an enormous company? Comparing it to GameStop's market cap right now makes sense though, because that market cap. I don't follow the stocks very much, but my understanding is that one's probably pretty jam-packed right now. So I'd love to know what we could expect in terms of real world, but does that even matter? If this catches on, I mean, this is a 134 million is a very small market cap, meaning very few people are fighting for this crypto at this time. So could be a gem, So I'm always looking for gems. In fact, we're going to start doing some gem coverage. So this is our first one, brought to you by today's sponsor, Head Magister War Tune. And that's it. Oh, I forgot our theme song is cheerful. See, it used to be a little more doom beard, right? I think that fits better. I'm trying to cheer people up here. Yes, new song. Watch, we'll get hit for copyright. Meanwhile, it was recorded yesterday in this room. Well, actually, I'm worried about getting hit for copyright because I'm pretty sure I ripped off a little known African band. I shouldn't say this. What if the song never did something? That's crazy. This is what it's doing. It's our theme song. So, all right, folks, thanks for watching. Go to pulsewavetrading.com. Thank you all for participating. This is definitely my longest solo show. Sounds wrong. That I've ever done. Been a lot of fun talking about UFOs. We'll be back. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I'm usually not here on Wednesdays, but I might be back on Thursday. We'll see if I get in the mood tomorrow. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. PulseWaveTrading.com. Follow me on Twitter, man. I say a lot of stupid things on Twitter. Pictures of me looking chubby at weddings. Exciting, man. Talk about aliens and everything we talk about today. I'm going to go and retweet right now if you want to find the links. All right, thanks, folks. We're out. Appreciate you.